තේ අද මම ඔබ වෙත ගෙන එන්නේ මේ කන්ස්ට්‍රක්ෂන් ටෙක්නොලොජි කියන ලෙසන් එකට අදාළව කරුණු. ඒතකොට මේක ගොඩක් ඉම්පෝටන්ට් වෙනවා ඔබ HND construction in quantity surveying HND පාඨමාලාව සිදු කරනවට ආධාරනවා නම් විශේෂයෙන් pearson qualification HND එක in quantity surveying කරනකොට මේක ඔබට වැදගත් වෙනවා. ඒකේ අපිට unit 2 එක යටතේ තමයි මේ construction technology කියන එක හම්බෙන්නේ. දැන් අපි එමනම් ගිහිල්ලා බලමු මේ construction technology කියන එකේදී ඔබ දැනගන්න ඕනේ මොනවද කියන එක. Okay, introduction. The basic principles of construction technology have not changed for hundreds of years. However, the material and techniques used to achieve these basic principles are constantly evolving to enable the construction industry to deliver better quality buildings. Scarcity of resources and the continuing demand of more sophisticated clients, end users and other stakeholders' interests are driving the construction industry to provide buildings which facilitate enhanced environmental and energy performance and greater flexibility in response to ever increasing financial, environmental, legal and economical constraint. This unit will introduce the different technological concepts used to enable the construction of building elements from substructure to completion by understanding the different functional characteristics and design considerations to be borne in mind when selecting the most suitable technological solution. Okay, the construction industry, the term construction has not changed. It has evolved in 100 years. මේක ඉතාමත් පැරණි සංකල්පයක් මේ construction කියන එක. ඒ වුණත් මේ වර්තමානයේ අපිට හමු වෙන customers ලගේ එහෙම client ගේ requirements වෙනස් වෙලා තියෙනවා. විශාල වෙනස් වීමක් වෙලා තියෙනවා. එතකොට ඒවට meet වෙන විදිහට මේවා construction technology එකත් විශාල වශයෙන් වෙනස් වීම් සිදු වෙලා තියෙනවා. එතකොට මේකෙදී අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා substructure, ඒ කියන්නේ foundation level එක. ඔබ දන්න ඕනෑම substructure එකක් ඉදි කරනවා නම් ඒකේ foundation එකක් තමයි base එක. foundation එක නැතුව structure එකක් ඉදි ගන්න බෑ. එතකොට අන්න ඒක frame structure එකක් හෝ එහෙම නැත්නම් single story building එකක් මොකක් වුණත් එහෙම තමයි. එතකොට ඒකේ මෙන්න මේ substructure එකේ ඉඳලා complete වෙනකම් අපි යොදා ගන්න එක් ඒකකයන් පිළිබඳ ඒ වගේ ලක්ෂණ ඒවා ඩිසයින් කරන ආකාරය වගේ ඒවා මේකදී අපි සලකා බලනවා. හොඳයි. එතකොට දැන් අර මම කියපු විදිහට according to the learning outcome අනුව මේ unit එකේ learning outcomes තියෙනවා. learning outcome වලුත් අපි බලමු explain the terminology used in construction technology. construction technology වල use කරන terminologies වචන මොනවාද කියලා බලන්න ඕනේ. describe the different techniques used to construct a range of substructure and superstructure including their functions and design selection. substructure කියන්නේ foundations කියන්නේ මොනවාද? superstructure කියන්නේ බිත්ති වහලවල් යන්නේ ඒවා. ඊළඟට identify the different type of civil engineering infrastructure technology used in support of buildings. civil engineering infrastructure මේ ගොඩනැගිලි ඉදි කිරීමේදී භාවිත වන්නේ කොහොමද කියන එක අපි සලකා බලන්න ඕනේ. illustrated supply and distribution of a range of building services and how they are accommodated within the building. මේකෙදි මේ සර්විස් දැන් බිල්ඩින් එකක් කන්ස්ට්‍රක්ට් කරාට ඒක විතරක් මදි. ඒක සර්විසස්. ඒ කියන්නේ ඉලෙක්ට්‍රිකල්, ප්ලම්බින්, HVAC, heat ventilation වගේ ඒවා තියෙන්න ඕනේ. අන්න ඒව කොහොමද කරන්න කියන එක මේකෙදි බලන්න. Okay, the first most important word in this unit is building. Okay, what do you mean by a building? Permanent or temporary structure consisting of foundation, wall, floors, roofs, ceiling, windows and doors. Permanently positioned in one location. The aim of a building is to give shelter along with security, to protect from wind, rain, solar radiation, snow and so on. Buildings can be load-bearing masonry buildings, reinforced concrete or steel frame structure buildings, or timber structure. Natural environment and built environment. Okay, the human-made environment that provides the setting for human activity, including homes, buildings, zoning, streets, sidewalks, open spaces, transportation options, and more. It is defined as the human-made space in which people live, work, and recreate on a day-to-day basis. General building categories. Okay, let us see some building categories, type of buildings. Residential building. Residential building means a building in which sleeping accommodation is provided for normal residential purposes, with or without cooking or dining facilities, and includes one or more family dwellings, lodging or boarding houses, hostel, dormitories, apartment houses, flats, and private garages of such buildings. Other than that residential buildings, we can identify few other categories like schools or colleges, universities, hospitals, and religious places. Okay, let us come to commercial buildings. Again, the commercial buildings are buildings where commercial activities take place. Its floor space is used for commercial activities such as retail, the providing of services, or food services such as restaurants and hotels. Then a commercial building or land may also be defined as a space that has the potential for being one that brings in income. If any land or building which generate income, then we ignore this as a commercial building. Right. So here are some examples of commercial buildings like industrial warehouse, and in your left hand side picture you can see a industrial warehouse picture which is taken from Brandis Green Factory, and in your right hand side picture you can see a Keys warehouse. It's a type of supermarket, right? Then when we come into more commercial buildings like bank buildings, you can see it in a blue color building in your left hand side, and on the other hand in your right hand side you can see a Sipetco, that is a fuel station. That's also a commercial building. You may have probably seen this buildings, and you may have visited these buildings, right? Then mixed development buildings such as Altair Tower, you can see here. This is a residential, and sometimes it may include shopping malls as well. Okay, now we have to identify building types. Actually, the building types can be here. I have categorized as height and floor area and the category, right? Okay, up to 18 meters and total floor area less than 800 meters. It means the summation of all the areas of all floors, right? Summation of areas of all floors is less than 800 and its height is up to 18 meters, means low rise, that is category 1. Up to 18 meters and total floor area more than 800 square meter and above, that is low rise category 2. Between 18 meters and up to 30 meters, we categorize them as a medium rise. Between 30 meter and 60 meter, that is high rise, and 60 meter above, that is super high rise building. So now you know building types and how they categorize. Okay, now we will see some examples for low rise building. Here you can see some single story buildings images. The medium rise buildings. Then high rise buildings, the world's tallest buildings. So you may have already know that Burj Khalifa, that is 828 meter high. Shanghai Tower, 632 meter high. Makkah Clock Royal Tower, that is 601 meter high building. Ping and Finance Center, that is 599 meters. Golden Finance 117, that is 597 meters. Lot World Tower, 555 meters. One World Trade Center, that is 541 meters, and CTF Finance Center, that is 530 meters. So you may find more details by searching the internet if you are interested to know more about these buildings. Okay, now there are few questions, so you may think about to answer these questions, right? The first one is name few construction firms in Sri Lanka and find out different types of projects carried out in one firm. Second one is list down characteristics of each project. Compare different types of those projects, right? So 2 and 3 questions are connected with the answer which you have provided for the question 1. Right, now we will see primary function of a building. Right, here you can see provide visual contact with outside, that is provide natural to daylight to interior. Envelope to have acceptable appearance. Then weather exclusions, sound insulations, heat resistant, thermal insulation, and envelope to have adequate strength, stability, durability and fire resistant. Provide access and egress. So these are the primary function of a building. Right. Okay, now we will see a component of a building. So here you can see some staircases which have access to different floors, doors, slabs which divide each floor, then land level, then below the land level, here you can see ground floor, basement, and in the down area you can see some foundation. So this is the basic structure of the building. I mean the substructure, right, on which the building is stand for, that is foundation. Then substructure, belongs to substructure, then ground floor, that is basement, and retaining walls to retain the soil coming down inside the building. Then doors, slabs, then columns. So the basic structure of a building is beam, column, slab. So columns is the vertical one. Columns, beams mean the horizontal one. Slabs rest on beams. Then ground floor, basement, RC beam, reinforced concrete beam or slab. Then balcony, handrails for safety, and gutters. I mean peely කියලා අපි කියන්නේ. වැහි peely. Gutter system. Then roof slab, ladder, roof to provide covering, then chimney, barge board or වඩිම්බු කියලා කියනවා, window, partition wall is a temporary structure. It means it's not load bearing. Then columns, doors, slabs. So these are the things I think you can identify in this picture, right? Right. Then component of a warehouse, a little bit different. So again, there are levers, end wall girt, door jambs, overhead doors, end wall post, concrete post, and also you can see that the steel structures are most cases used to construct this kind of warehouse because it has higher span, I mean 30 meters to 40 meters span, where we cannot achieve from the conventional column beam structure. Column beam slab structure, right? Side wall girt, cable bracing, window, right? Roof cap, ridge vent, roof sheeting, gable trim, skylight to get natural lighting inside the building, strut, reed frame rafters, parala, purlings, reaper, thin end wall rafter beam. So you can identify many things, right? End bay, interior bay. Just study the features, right? Okay, now we come to type of building, structural system. Wall load bearing, skeleton structure. Skeleton structure means column beam system arch, truss frames, shell folded dooms, tents and cables. So you can see that in your right hand side down picture you can see a column beam structure, that's a frame structure, and in your left hand side down you can see a tent structure, and dome structure you can see in the middle, and wall load bearing structure you can see in the topmost picture in your right hand side. So wall load bearing structure, here the wall that bear the weight of the structure. මේකෙදි මේ wall එක තමයි load එක bear කරන්නේ. මොකද මේකේ foundation එක ගොඩක් වෙලාට අර strip foundation එකක් අපි යකින් ගෙවල් වගේ හදන්නේ. භාවිතා කරන කාණු ආකාරයට දාලා හදන foundation එක. එතකොට මේ foundation එකේ බිත්තිය බර උසුලනවා. වහලේ බර උසුලනවා. එතකොට ඒක අපි කියනවා wall load bearing structure කියලා. load transfer mechanism එක අපි ඊළඟට පොඩ්ඩක් බලමු. මේ load transfer mechanism එක ගත්තට පස්සේ මම කියුණා foundation එක. මොන මේ load එකේ තියෙන ඒවා rafters කියන්නේ වහලේ තියෙන ඒවා, ceiling joints වල තියෙනවා මේ හිට ඔබට ඉහළ මේ රූපේ පේනවා මේ වහලේ ceiling වලින් එන load එක walls වලට දෙනවා, walls වලින් ඒක foundation එකට දෙනවා, foundation එකෙන් safely transfer කරනවා බිමට පොළොවට. ඒක තමයි foundation එකේ කාර්යය, to transfer the load of the building safely to the ground. එතකොට partition walls, non bearing walls මේකේ තියලා තියෙනවා. ඊට පස්සේ අපි බලමු skeleton structure එක කියන එක. ඒතකොට skeleton structure එකේදී ඔයගොල්ලන්ට පේනවා මේ picture එකේදී column beam slab footings විදිහට තමයි තියෙන්නේ. beam and column structure, the load of the slab is transferred to the column. slab එකේ load එක column වලට transfer කරනවා. or wall through the beam. ඊළඟට wall වල ඒවා beams වලට transfer කරනවා. beams කියන්නේ මේ හරහට තියෙන ඒවා. down ඊට පස්සේ ඒවා foundation එකට pass කරනවා. foundation එකෙන් soil එකට transfer කරනවා. ඒක තමයි මේ column skeleton structure එහෙම නැත්නම් frame structure කියලා කියනවා. ඊට පස්සේ load transfer mechanism එක ගත්තොත් එimhe දැන් මේ footing එක ඔයාලට පේනවා මේ යටම තියෙන footing එකේ වර්ගඵලය වැඩි වෙන්න transfer කරන පීඩනය අඩු වෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ transfer pressure එක වැඩි පීඩනයක් අපිට transfer කරන්න පුළුවන් safely. ඒ P සමාන F බෙදීමේනේ. එතකොට P වැඩි වෙන්න P සමාන F බෙදීමේ. එතකොට A වැඩි වෙන්න P අඩු වෙනවා නේ. සමීකරණය අනුව P සමාන F බෙදීමේ නම් A වැඩි වෙන්න හරේ වැඩි වෙන්න ලාභය කියන්නේ ඒකේ අගේ අඩු වෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ P අඩු කරගන්න පුළුවන් මේක. ඒක නිසා තමයි මේ වැඩියෙන් ප්‍රෙෂර් එක මේ ඒරියා එක වැඩි කරලා තියෙන්නේ footings වල. මේක තියෙනවා self weight එකක් තියෙනවා, gravity load එකක්. ඊට පස්සේ මේ beam slab එකේ ඒවා beam එකට දෙනවා, beam slab එකේ ඒවා beam වල ඒවා column වලට දෙනවා, column ඒවා footings වලට දෙනවා. skeleton structure. Okay, frame structure. Building technique with a skeleton frame of vertical column and horizontal beam constructed in a rectangular grid to support the floors, roof and walls of a building, which are all attached to the frame. The frame එකක් විදිහට තමයි තියෙන්නේ. wall, column, beam, slabs තියෙනවා. Structure. Truss are composed of straight members connected at their ends by hinge connection to form a stable configuration. Because of their lightweight and high strength are among the most common used to span long length in a place of solid. මේකේ ලොකු මේ ආකාරයට කුඩා කොටස් තරසක් ආකාරයට එකිනෙක සම්බන්ධ කරලා හදන steel structure එකක් කියලා කියන්න පුළුවන්. ඒතකොට මේකේ ගොඩක් වැදගත් වෙනවා මේකේ ස්පෑන් එක වැඩි. අර කොන්ක්‍රීට් RCC කොන්ක්‍රීට් වලට වඩා. skeleton structure එකේ අපිට මේකේ truss structure or planar structure. Planar truss is one where all members and nodes lie within a two-dimensional plane, while a space truss has members and nodes that's extended into three dimensions. The top beam in a truss are called top chord and are typically in compression. The bottom beam are called bottom chord and are typically in tension. එතකොට උඩින් මේ විදිහට තමයි ට්‍රස් එකක් තියෙන්නේ. එතකොට ඒකේ පේනවා ඔබට වෝල් ප්ලේට් එකක් තියෙනවා මේක ට්‍රස් එක රෙස් කරලා තියෙන තැන. ඊට පස්සේ එතන බෙයරින් එකක් තියෙනවා. ඕවර්හැන් එකක් තියෙනවා. whip runners තියෙනවා. BC runners තියෙනවා. Fufflings top chord. clear span එකක් කියනවා normal span කියලා තියෙනවා. skeleton structure. Truss structure, space frame truss. මේක බලන්න. In architectural and structural engineering, a space frame or space truss is a rich, lightweight truss constructed from interlocking truss in a geometric pattern. Space frames can be used to span large area with few interior supports. Load transferring mechanism. Here you can see load is coming. This member is compressed. This member is tension. Top one is compressed. Bottom one is tension. Skeleton structure. See arch. A structure forming the curved, pointed or flat upper edge of an open space and supporting the weight above it, as in a bridge or doorway. This 9-arch bridge. Load transfer mechanism. See, load is transferred like this. In an arch. In a skeletal shell structure, they are lightweight construction using shell elements, allowing wide area to be spanned without the use of internal support, giving an open, unobstructed interior. Shell, flat, domes again, making examples. Tense. A tensile structure is a construction of elements carrying only tension and no compression. Tensile structures have long been used in tents where the ropes and tense poles provided. The wires hold the tent in place because they are tension. If the wires were slack, the system would not work. They are only the tension and no compression. That is the difference, right? Load transfer mechanism. You can see the load transfer mechanism here. Only tension, right? Cable system. A cable structure is a type of structure that utilizes tension cables to support or transmit the major load of the structure. See, to achieve big span, here in this bridge we use cable structure where the major load is taken from the cable. ලොකු මේ බ්‍රිජ් එකක ලොකු ස්පෑන් එකක් ගන්න පුළුවන්. වෙහි මේ ලෝඩ් එක කේබල් වලින් තමයි දරාගෙන සිටින්නේ. ටෙන්ෂන් එකක් තියෙනවා. ලෝඩ් ට්‍රාන්ස්ෆර් මෙකැනිසම් එකේ ඩෙක් එක තියෙනවා. මෙතන ටවර් එකක් තියෙනවා. ටවර් එකට මේ කේබල්ස් ඇටච් වෙලා තියෙනවා. ඒකට ඒ ඩෙක් එකේ weight එක අරගෙන තියෙන්නේ මෙන්න මේ කේබල්ස් වලින්. ඒකට red color is tension and blue color arrows are compression. Question: what are the type of loads on a structure? So you may think the answer for this question, right? Okay, these are the things that I have to discuss with the construction technology of Unit 2 of HND quantity surveying. So මේ quantity surveying Unit 2 වල තියෙන construction technology වලදී එන කොටස් කීපයක් තමයි මම ඔබට අද සාකච්ඡා කරේ. අපි තවත් දවසක මේකේ තව අපිට learning outcomes තියෙනවා. අපි තවත් ඉදිරි දවසක මේකේ දෙවන පාඩමෙන් හමු වෙමු. ඉතින් ඔබ මේ වීඩියෝ එක පිළිබඳව පාතින් කමෙන්ට් කරන්න. ඒ වගේම මේ වීඩියෝ එක ඔබේ තවත් HND ගන්න quantity surveying සම්බන්ධ යාළුවෙලි කරනවා නම් ඒ යාළුවෙලි එලියන්ට බලන්න ආරම්භීමට ෂෙයා කරන්න. ඉතින් නැවත ඔබ හමුවන තෙක් ඔබ සැමට සුබ දවසක්. ආයුබෝවන්.